What's good, everyone? It's Nigel here, Black Stakes Apparel. Well, yesterday was chest day, and as much as I like to post my good days, I often have to post my not so good days. And today there's quite a few failures going on. So whether you call it failures or whether you call it building myself for the next session, I don't necessarily see it as failure, but that's the I suppose that's the phrase we use when we don't get something we work towards. Yeah. So anyway, I started off as normal, flat bench, warming up on 60 kilos before moving up to 100 kilos. And the idea today was to popped into my head that I'm going to attempt to get 180 kilos for one rep today. Now, I haven't done that in a good few years. I'm talking at least 5-10 years. I haven't even attempted 180 kilos. So a lot of reasons why I haven't injuries, etc. So I thought let me give it a go today. I'm feeling okay. There's a guy in the gym that I trust that can spot me. He's walking behind with a hoodie, as you can see now, and that's me warming up at 140 kilos. I say warming up. I'm not warming up. I'm getting myself ready for 180 kilos by just benching 140. And after some prep, I thought myself, I'm going to go for it. So I went straight in, got my man to spot me, see him stood behind me, ready to go. And I thought I had this. And as you can see, it was a bit of an epic, well, and I say an epic fail. It was a bit of a fail in that I got to about halfway, as you can see here, dropped it, the weight felt fine, and I thought, I've got this, and I got to halfway, and bang, that was it. I kept going, and I knew I didn't have it, and as you can see, a man spotted me to get it back up here. I was a little disappointed, but you know what? I'll get it the next time, that's for sure. I'll get it next time. I was, massively disappointed with that, because I thought I had it, but like I said, I haven't done this in a good few years. Or attempted 180 kilos. So I will most definitely get this the next time. So stay tuned and watch me as I progress. And I'm hoping once I do get it, I'll be repping it out for at least 4 to 5 reps next time, Speaking to the guy over here in the black, he said, you've got this, man. You had that. Well, people do give you these positive affirmations, I suppose. But in my heart of heart, I kind of knew that, I didn't, I needed a bit more. Maybe if I didn't warm up on 140 kilos before attempting it, I may have gotten that, well, I may have gotten it, who knows. But like I said, next time I'm going to, I will get it next time, and I'll keep you guys updated on my progress on attempting to get 140 or 180 kilos. My phone battery is dying, so let me plug this in. But this, I moved on to drop sets here after attempting those the 180 kilos. I moved on to drop sets. I was fairly fatigued moving into this, to be honest. So I needed someone to spot me, so I found one of the gym personal trainers that I didn't know. So I asked him to give me a spot. So the idea was to do 140 for 5, 100 for 10, and 60 for 10. And again, I was so fatigued by this point, I didn't manage to. So I got initially got 140 for 5, as you can see, going up here fairly comfortably. Though the last rep was a bit of a struggle on the fifth one, and dropped down to 100. And this is really pushing. Well, I'm pushing the boat out here, for want of a better phrase. I'm going all out. I'm fatiguing the muscles to the max today, and that was a goal. That was the intention, and boy, did I get that done. Like I said, failures are good in this sense, in that, I think I got 8 reps here, right? And I really, really had to push this out to get 8 reps. You can see the guy spotting me is not really doing much, which is good, because I know he's there. So that's all I need. And sometimes just a little fingertip here goes a long way to getting the weight up. And then I dropped down to 60 kilos, and this was a bit of a struggle. Fatigue kicking in, and this is what you try to achieve on chest day. I say to you guys, every time you train, this is what you're tending to achieve. So someone walking into the gym now would have seen me struggling on 60 kilos. Who gives a crap? You know, it's building. This isn't about ego. This is about me building muscles and getting stronger. So I will say to people, once you walk into that gym, you should really leave your ego at the door, and that bodes for a better session. You know, and yeah, leave your ego at the door. Always leave your ego at the door. You're not taking your ego into the gym. You're taking your ego in the gym, sets you up to fail every time. So yeah, go in there, fatigue the hell out of the muscle like I've done today, and leave and get better, grow, look better. Then let me move on to dumbbell flies. Nothing really to explain here. It's a conventional dumbbell flies. Like I said, I use the word fatigue quite a lot. I'm trying to achieve fatigueness in the muscles when I train every time. And moving into this set, I'm feeling it already, really feeling it. So this was a bit of a struggle as well, as you can see here. You know, but it's all good. It's all good. It's what it's all about, you know. So yeah, the struggle continues. I believe I dropped the weight down here slightly, moving into this set. Again, I always say with dumbbell flies, I don't think you need to go too heavy on this. It's a stretching movement as opposed to a pushing movement. So I don't see the need for going extremely heavy on dumbbell flies. So pick a weight that's manageable to you, obviously. But what you're trying to do is feel a stretch. I'm not sure. Bad editing here. No, actually, I know what I did here. I picked up two different dumbbells. So I picked up a 30 and a 28. So I had to go back and change it. So yeah, I think that definitely is fatigueness kicking in. I even forgot what I was doing. So yeah, that was a bit of a brutal session, to be fair. So yeah. So yeah, the weight, I think these were 30 kilos. Again, it's a manageable weight for the exercise I'm doing here. And when you perform this exercise, it's all about feeling that I love feeling that stretch. So going from a push movement, benching to this is a great alternative, you know, to go from pushing to really stretching the chest. And this is one of Arnie's favorite exercise, as I've referenced before. You know, so if it's good for Arnie, it's good for me. You know. So yeah, essentially what I'm saying is you don't need to go too heavy on the on dumbbell flies. I don't think it's a stretching movement. As long as you're stretching the chest and you're feeling that stretch in the chest. Granted, you're properly warmed up. As you know, I'm a massive advocate for warming up properly before you do these sessions. You don't want to do these sessions cold, because you end up tearing your pec or doing something silly. You don't want to do that. So I'll make sure you warm up sufficiently. I think I dropped the weight down here to 26, and I started doing these close grip. Again, as you guys know from previous videos, this is one of my favorite exercises to do on chest days, the middle of your chest. And it's you don't have to go too heavy on this. Well, I don't feel you need to go too heavy. What you got to do is, as well, when doing this movement, is to push the weight into each other. So really squeeze the weight like you're squeezing your chest, and pressing the movement upwards. So I'm pressing both dumbbells into each other. I'm pushing upwards, and you'd really feel it a bit more in your chest doing it that way. So that's a little tip for you when doing this exercise. So yeah, with chest days, guys, I traditionally train chest twice a week. And today I did combine it with biceps. So chest and bicep was, it wasn't, to be honest, I wanted to do chest and tricep, but I just thought, you know, I'm going to hit biceps today. So I'm quite fluid with my training sometimes like that. As long as I'm hitting a major body part, and the major body part is chest for me, So chest, shoulders, back, and legs are the four major body parts. Everything else is a bit of accessory for me. So biceps, triceps, calves, those sort of body parts. I call them, accessories. So it's they're not major body parts if you know what I mean. So yeah, and it's just your conventional bicep curls. Nothing spectacular here. Keeping the elbows tucked in, not moving the elbows forward too much. It's a manageable weight. It's not too heavy. It's only 10 kg plate aside on the V-bar, and doing reps of 10, and really feeling that burn in the bicep. But you can see here, I'm feeling it a bit. So yeah, nothing overly spectacular here. It's stick to the conventional for the most part during this session. And again, it's a bit of what I did before. Same sort of exercise, barbell curls or V-bar barbell curls. I hope you guys are liking the Black Aesthetic stuff here. I've got to give my brand a shout out. For those of you that don't know, my brand is Black Aesthetics. So if you wish, you could check us out online. We're growing slowly, but we are growing. So yeah, I appreciate your support with that if you do decide to check us out. So I'm feeling it here, to be fair. I think the bench took it out of me earlier, and like I say, this is what it's all about, man. This is what it's all about. And then moving to the cables. I don't know if you guys do this exercise, but it's almost like a front delt, and you will hit your front delts a bit doing this exercise, but it's a chest exercise. And again, you have to focus on the chest doing this, really squeezing the chest as you move you move the cables upwards towards, and you bring them together, right? So you're moving the weights and bringing the two cables together, and then as you do the exercise, I try and explain it better on the next set, but I combine this with and you can see it better what I mean. I combine this with bicep curls, but you can see it better here. I'm bringing my hands together as I complete the movement at the top, really squeezing the chest at the top, right? So you'd hit the bottom of the chest, the middle of the chest, the top of the chest with this exercise. It's a really good exercise. It's an underrated chest exercise, I believe. I do this quite a lot, so this is one for you to add to your chest day. I'd highly suggest. This would happen, man. Apologies, guys. Bad prep. My battery went flat during my recording, so I'm continuing on from here. Always plan and prep before you do these things. So yeah. Then I moved on to these. You see these performed all the time on chest days, on the cable machine especially. Now it's an exercise that you see people doing it. I don't want to say everyone's doing it wrong or people are doing it wrong. Just that you see people just going through the motions of doing this exercise rather than really focusing on the exercise. And for me here, as you can see, I kind of make it or compare it to tree hugging when I do this, as you can see. So I'm making a huge circle when I'm performing this exercise, leaning forward and making a huge circle with my chest, keeping my chest propped upwards or pushed out, and I'm tree hugging. So is one to keep in mind. Mind muscle connection when doing this exercise, rather than just going through it the conventional way like people tend to do and not really focusing. Try and focus on this exercise, because it can be a boring exercise at times. I would say it certainly doesn't look good on camera. It's one of those exercises that you just go through the motions, but I think you should try focusing on that cable crossover exercise and bringing the arms together and thinking of, you're making a circle, squeezing the chest as you do that exercise, and I think you would find that it works better for you. It may not do, but that's what I do when I do it. So yeah, and I move on. I finished off on these biceps, so I wanted to fatigue my bicep at the end, and I don't know if you've ever done these, but it's single arm concentration curl using the cable machine. You know, and I think I did 7, then 6, then 5, then 4, 3, 2, 1. So I worked my way all the way down to the end, really fatiguing the biceps. And that was the aim. So it's a good little exercise to do at the end of a session. Again, like I say, these sort of exercises for me are quite boring. I'm more about the compound exercise. I love doing compound exercise where I'm pushing heavy or trying to do silly weights like you saw me attempting at the beginning of the session. I find these quite boring, though they are completely necessary for building a good physique. Of course, you've got to train your biceps equally as hard as you train your chest or your legs or anything else. So I personally find it quite tedious and boring at times. though people do often congratulate me or comment on my biceps and whatnot. I do find it. I think genetically I'm quite gifted anyway. When it comes to my biceps, so I'm lucky in that sense that they do respond to training quite well. So yeah, if you haven't done this, you could give it a try. Single arm cable pull. You do a drop set. Start off with whatever weight or whatever amount of rep you decide to do. So I think in this instance I started off doing 7, and I swapped arms and did 7, and dropped to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and see how that feels. Yeah. So yeah, guys, that was pretty much it for my session. This is my current look. Not looking too bad for off season, I suppose. Looking forward to getting back on stage next year. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all the likes and comment. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'd hopefully see you guys on the next video. For now, take care, much love, peace.